the 1835 Baltimore bank riot, when the U.S. almost had a financial revolution. The calm before the storm. It was a warm summer night in August 1835, and the streets of Baltimore were bustling with life. Merchants counted their earnings, families gathered for dinner, and the city, one of America's wealthiest at the time, seemed at peace. But beneath the surface, a storm was brewing, a storm fueled by anger, betrayal, and financial ruin. For months, rumors had been swirling about massive corruption in the banking system. Banks had failed, people had lost their life savings, and yet, the wealthy bankers who had caused this disaster were walking free. The working class, laborers, sailors, and shopkeepers had reached their breaking point. Then, one shocking announcement lit the spark that would set the city on fire. The scandal that shook the nation. News broke that Evan Poultney, a powerful Baltimore banker, and the directors of the Bank of Maryland had been involved in a massive fraud scheme. They had stolen money from their depositors, lied about the bank's financial health, and walked away with huge personal fortunes, while thousands of citizens lost everything. What made it worse? These wealthy elites were living comfortably in their lavish mansions, while families starved and businesses collapsed. Anger turned into rage, and that rage needed an outlet. The night the riots began. On August 6, 1835, angry mob gathered outside the home of Reverdy Johnson, a lawyer who had defended the corrupt bankers. They shouted, cursed, and demanded justice. But when no one answered, the crowd's fury boiled over. First, bricks and stones smashed through the mansion's windows. Then, the mob broke down the doors, storming inside like a raging sea. Furniture was smashed, paintings ripped apart, and valuable possessions thrown into the streets. But they didn't stop there. The crowd moved from house to house, targeting the homes of the city's wealthiest bankers. Mansions were ransacked, documents burned, and wine cellars looted. The streets of Baltimore turned into a battleground between the working class and the financial elite. For 3 nights, the city was in chaos. The government's desperate response. Terrified by the scale of the destruction, the Maryland government called in the military. Soldiers and militia were deployed to restore order, but the rioters were too many, and the soldiers were hesitant to fire on their own people. Realizing that violence alone couldn't stop the uprising, the government tried a different approach. They started arresting bankers. The move calmed the mob, and by August 9th, the riot had finally ended. The aftermath, a warning to the rich. The Baltimore bank riot of 1835 remains one of the most explosive financial uprisings in American history.